Hey guys, it's Rick back for another video for Pixi Dust Designs, and we are going to use more products from the March release to create a fun get well card. I'm going to use it's a party stamp set, the You're a QT paper pad, and the It's a Party Time pixie cuts. And then we're going to use that circle that we didn't use in the last video. If you missed that, I will link it in the top right corner above. So we're going to do some alcohol marker coloring and make a simple, easy get well card today. So I'm starting off with my Ohuhu markers. I've stamped out my images in my favorite alcohol marker friendly paper. I like to use Nina Classic Crest Solar White, either in the 80 or the 110 pound. I also have other few that I like to use. But I'm starting off with my darkest color, which is BR1, and I'm blending that out with BR2 for my tea. And my little pour coming out of my cute little teacup. I think these are perfect little images for creating get well cards and just friendship cards. I think this is a fabulous set for that. All right, for our teapot, we're going to color that up with some red, pinkish colors into a peach. So I'm started off with my darkest color is R23, and this is actually in real time. So I'm going to add in my shadow color first. I'm going to color dark to light. And I'm going to, anywhere that an object overlaps another object, you've heard me say this many times, you will have a shadow there. So there will be a little shadow under the cup of the handle of the cup or teapot, under the rim of the teapot, on the where the tea spout is, and underneath the teapot would be shadowed. So we're going to come in and blend it out with R22, which is my mid-tone color. And I'm just going to blend all that out just a little bit. Just coming around every little and blending out my little shadow colors. And then I'm going to pull that right across and fill in our color. We're going to avoid our little mouth and our little eye that's opened over there. We're going to go right around that. And this, as small as these images are, they're super easy to fill in. Now we're going to bring in our little peach color, which is R21, and I'm going to blend that in to the R22. Just blending it in, and I do come back and add a second layer and blend this in a little bit better. I'm going to do a little tip-to-tip work to blend that in nice and smooth. So I'm just coming over the rest of my R22, and you can see there's a little contrast there. So we're going to bring in the R22 and add in just a little bit more color. Actually, I'm adding the R23. No, I lied. It's the R22. So I'm just going to add a little bit more color there and blend that out just a little bit. So I'm blending that R22 out with the R21 just a little bit. And now I'm going to come back in and deepen up my shadow colors. Because anytime that you add more color with alcohol marker, you've got to balance it out. So we're going to come back and darken up our shadows and add a second layer. The pigment has dried back into paper enough that I can come back and do that. So I've just blended that out, and you can see I'm going to do a little scrubbing off, which is the same thing as doing tip to tip, and I just pick up the color on the end of the marker and just blend that and get a nice smooth transition. It creates a second color. Now for our teacup, we are going to use G124, G126, and G122. These are a nice aqua color. So I'm going to start off with the G124, and I'm going to put in that where my shadows would be in my cup. So we're going to have the shadows coming from the left-hand side, or right-hand side. I don't know which side I'm on. Yeah, it's one of those days. So I knocked over my little lids. So I'm just going to pick those back up and put them back on. Now I'm blending that out with the G126. And I'm going to just fill in, that's my mid-tone. And then I'm going to pull in my highlights, which is G122. And I'm just going to fill that in and blend that out nice and pretty. Ain't it cute? Now we're going to do our matching pixie cut from the It's a Party pixie cut set and cut these out. So we are going to cut that down. So we're just going to take that off screen and cut it out. And we will have this all ready to go. So I've pulled out patterns from the You're a QT paper pad. I picked out 3 different patterns to use, and you can see this is our circle from the last video. And again, if you missed that, I will link that in the top right hand corner so that you will find it. It'll also be linked below in the description box. We're going to put our little circle in there, and we are going to stamp our little get well sentiment. I'm just going to make sure I have my circle lined up in my MISTI. We're going to use our same Nocturne black ink and stamp that down, get a nice little impression. Now I can take that out of the MISTI and we can start putting together our card. So we are going to, I picked out a teal pattern. These are where all my colors for my pattern paper for my cards came from. I've just cut this down, make sure got the card going the right way. Heaven forbid to cut that down. It's an A2 standard size card, so it's 5.5 by 8.5. My focal panel piece is 4 by 5.25. I don't remember the sizes of these 2 little pieces. I will try to put those on the blog post if you're on my personal blog. I'm going to add my second little panel with my little pink little floral pattern, and I've got my little tone on tone, and I've got a couple little patterns going on. We're going to add our circle with our get well sentiment on it and kind of nestle it in between the pattern paper. And then we are going to pop up, I'm going to add detail to my little teacup, or teapot. I'm going to darken in the little eyes with my black secure core gel pen, put back in my white highlight because got my marker all over it. So I'm going to have to switch pens here because I grabbed the wrong one. I like the bolder number 10, and the fine one was just not doing it for me. So I'm going to add in those highlights. I'm going to add highlights into our little T on our teacup and get that all nice and prettied up. And then I'm going to come in and we're going to start attaching our little focal point. We're just going to take and add some liquid glue behind there. And we can just put it in our nice little circle with our little grass and sky. And I'm going to tip it just a little bit like it's being poured. I think this is the perfect little get well soon card because who doesn't love some tea or coffee when you're sick? I mean, come on, really, y'all. All right, so we're going to add our Stardust stickles to add just a little sparkle to the card. And remember, all these are affiliate links in the video and the visual supply list. That's where you will find all the supplies listed in that. They are affiliate links. I do appreciate if you use my links. That helps me keep make a little money and keeps the project going. Here's the card, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Love you.